Hello dear soulmate, welcome back to my channel CEO Dress. My name is Esther, and in today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful top. It is an overbust corset top which have a Basque hem design. If you're interested in learning how to make this, you should join me where we get into it. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining us. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always supporting us. We really appreciate it. So without wasting much of our time, we're going to quickly start drafting it, okay? So you're going to get your pattern paper and you're going to start by drawing a straight line at the top. That straight line is going to serve as our shoulder line or our starting line, okay? So I'm just going to write SH to indicate shoulder, okay? So after drawing a straight line, we're going to start marking our vertical measurements. From the shoulder line, you're going to mark your shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and mark that shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to waist. And I'm going to draw straight lines there to indicate these lines. So I want you to also note that the shoulder to waist for the front and the back are not the same. Okay, so I'm working with 17 inches for my front and for my I'm working with 16 inches rather for my front, and my back I'm working with 14.5. So I'm going to come down from my waistline by 8 inches, which is my waist to hip measurement. Okay, just go ahead and impute your measurements for your waist to hip, and then go ahead and label the lines just to make it easy for you when you are drafting. So now I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on the shoulder line. From that point I came down by 1 inch, and then I came down to mark my armhole depth. How did I get this? I simply divide my bust circumference by 6 and add 1.5. It gave me my armhole depth. So that point where the armhole depth stop, I'm going to draw a straight line there and label it my chest line. Then I'm going to mark 3 inches neck width, which I'll be using to connect to the 1 inch I came down from the shoulder, which is going to serve as my shoulder slope. Okay, so I'm going to mark that same shoulder measurement that I have at the top on the chest line, then connect these points together for my armhole depth. Okay, so after connecting my armhole depth, I will mark my bust circumference divided by 4 on my chest line, then divide the armhole depth into 2, mark the center there, and from that center I come in by half of an inch. I'll be connecting these 3 points together. The point where I mark my bust circumference divided by 4 on my chest line, the half of an inch, and then the shoulder slope tip. Okay, so I'm going to connect these 3 parts together to give me my armhole curve. Mind you, we're not going to be using the yoke part of this top. I'm just showing you for tutorial sake. Now I'm going to mark my bust span, which is my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. I'm working with 7 inches and dividing it by 2 is 3.5. So I'm marking 3.5 from my bust line down to the hip line. Okay, so I'll just mark it and connect it with a straight line. Then I'll come to the underbust area and I'll mark 0.75 towards the center front and 1.25 towards the side, which will give me a total of 2 inches. If you are from bust 40 and above, you should use 2.5. Okay, just go ahead and share it 1 inch towards the center front, 1.5 inch towards the side, because the side bust is usually fuller. I connected these points together from the underbust to the hip, and I'm also using my curve ruler to connect from the underbust to the bust, as you can see. Okay, after tightening the underbust this way, the next thing is to come and create the overbust design. So I'm going to first of all divide my shoulder by 2, take the midpoint and connect it to the bust point. Okay, so after connecting them together like this, I'm going to take a dart of half of an inch on both sides, and if you are busty, like I said, from 40 and above, you use 0.75 on both sides. So I'm going to mark half of an inch on both sides, as you can see, and connect it together to meet the bust point. Now that I have this, I'm going to now create my over bust line, which can actually be on your chest line or a little above your chest line. Okay, but before doing that, I'm going to take that little tiny dart allowance that we have there and impute it into my chest line. Okay, so after that, I'm going to mark my body circumference, dividing them by 4. I'll mark them there, and I'll make sure that the areas that have the dart, I'll also go ahead and put in the dart for the underbust, waist, and hip. After dividing your measurement by 4 and marking it, please add the 2 inches dart that you've taken out of there. Then I'm going to connect them together from the chest line to the waist and from the waist to the hip. Okay, so after doing this, we're going to have this side. So I'm not going to be using my marker yet because that's not the permanent line for now. I'm just going to use that to get my bust dart. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inches from my bust line, I came down by 1.5 and connected it to the bust point area. You can see I'm indicating that this part is going to be taken off. This is the bust dart, which is going to make the front and the back equal at the side. Okay, so just find the difference between your shoulder to waist in front and shoulder to waist in back, and that's what you're going to use to get that part. So I'm marking my overbust line where I came up by 1 inch. Like I said, you can use your chest line or come up as much as you want, depends on how covered you want it to be. Okay, so you're going to take a dart at the point where you want to connect it. Okay, so I ended up deciding to use my chest line directly because I didn't want it to be too high. Okay, so I took my dart of half of an inch on both sides around the chest line area, and I went ahead to connect it with a slight curve, as you can see. Okay, so after connecting them, I noticed that the two dart legs are not equal. One is longer than the other. Okay, one is longer than the other, so I measured the longer one, and then after measuring the longer one, I placed that same measurement around the bust line area of the shorter one, and then mark the excess at the top. Okay, I marked the excess at the top. I then connected it together. So now I'm going to come from the bust point around the center front, and I'm going to be connecting it to this part. So it is not a must to use the bust point. You can decide to come up a little. This is totally depending on how covered you want this to be. Okay, I'm just trying to work with the inspiration. Then I came to the the armhole area, and I came down by 0.75, and I'm going to connect this part towards that area we have the armhole. So I'm just going to take my curve like this a little, then extend it more like this. Try to make your curve smoother. So after doing this, I have my overbust design there already, and the next thing I want to do is to create the hem design. Remember that the hem has a Basque design there, but before doing that, I decided to take a dart. Now this dart I'm taking is for me to snatch the waistline with about 2 inches. So I want to reduce my waist to 2 inches, and I just divide what I have on the waistline into 2 equal parts. So I'm supposed to extend this line to the upper part, but because I've not closed my dart, it's going to obviously give me a little issue there. So I decided to slash this shoulder dart open and cut this part open a little so that I can be able to close the bust dart. So closing the bust dart is going to help me to be able to draw a straight line, and I'll be able to tell what it's going to look like after closing that. So now I'm going to close that the bust dart. I'm just going to hold it down with my tape, or you can use your pin to secure it. Then now I'm going to go ahead and connect the straight line to the top of the corset. So as you can see, I've connected it with a straight line. I'm just going to take a dart from the waistline with 0.25 on both sides. So this is me trying to take 1 inch from the front and 1 inch from the back. Remember that this pattern is cut on both sides like on a fold. So if you take 0.25 from both sides, you'll be half of an inch. By the time it is open, the paper which is supposed to be on a fold is open, it's going to be half of an inch on both sides, giving you 1 inch. So by the time you take that 1 inch for the front and for the back, you'll be having 2 inches gone. Okay, so that is just a little way for us to snatch the waistline. Now I'm going to come and impute the hem design, where I'll come down from the waistline with about 2.5. Okay, so you can come down by 2 inches, 2.5, 3 inches, depending on how long you want it to be from the waistline. I'm just going to connect it directly to the hip line, and because I know that if I connect the straight line there, it's going to give me two dart legs that are not equal. So I decided to close the dart. Okay, I decided to close the dart so that I can have a straight line that I do not need to start measuring and reconstructing. Although after connecting them, it's going to affect this second dart that is quite tiny, but that's not a problem because that's a smaller dart. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. After closing the dart here, I marked the 2.5 inches at the side and connect it to the hip line at that point. So this back design is depending on how you want it to be. Just go ahead and do it the way you want it. Now that I've gotten this side, my sides are equal and correct now, so I'm going to be making them bold. So after closing the bust dart, you will notice that there is a space at that point around the bust area. Just use your marker to connect a straight line from the chest line down to the underbust and to the waist. Now these dart legs are obviously going to be unequal. I'll take the measurement of the longer side, place it on the shorter side and mark the excess, as you can see. Then I'll use my ruler to connect that part that I just marked to the side. Now when I connect it together, so I'll be working with this new line that I just marked out and not the old one. So you can indicate it with your marker or your pencil when you are drafting there. Now I'm going to open this part up so that we can continue with what we are doing. So after this, we are actually done with this part. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. So if you are a beginner, I would advise that you take your time to watch the way I cut it out so you can follow the same process. And if you're someone who loves fashion, you want to learn how to cut and sew dresses, we have a new beginner online class that is ongoing at the moment. It's an online class. If you're interested, you can just send a message to the number displayed on your screen. Okay, so after that, just go ahead and label it center front, side front 1 and side front 2. Then we can go to the back piece. So I've gone ahead to mark all my vertical measurements, and I've also gone ahead to create my armhole curve. So my shoulder to waist is supposed to be 14.5. I realized that there is a mistake. I marked 15.5, so I went ahead to correct it and mark 14.5. So I'm really sorry about this, but trust me, it's not going to affect anything and it's not going to make us get confused. All we need to do is just follow what I'm doing. Okay, so I also noticed that it's going to affect my hip measurement, so I had to mark the hip measurement again and connect it with a straight line. So I've indicated the one that's the right one and I've indicated the one that is wrong. So just follow the process and you get it right. Okay, and try to make sure you mark the right thing. So after that, I'm going to be marking my bust span measurement, dividing them by 2, my nipple to nipple dividing by 2, and I'm connecting it with a straight line. Okay, so notice that we're not going to be using the upper part. I'm just showing you that part because of those persons that might need it. And I'm marking a dart of 0.75 on both sides of the waistline, and I'm connecting it to the upper part towards the chest line. And for this lower part, you can come down by 6 inches. Okay, you can decide to come down by 6 inches or 5 inches, but I just decided to connect it to the hem because the back have a shorter length at the back and it's not going to get to the hip area, so I just wanted to connect it that way. So now I'm going to impute the body measurements, dividing them by 4 and marking them on all sides. Then also remember that the waist have a dart of 1.5. Make sure you impute your waist, the dart allowance there. Okay, then after that I'll connect them together with my curve and ruler. So now that I've connected them, remember we want to tighten our waistline by 2 inches. So we're going to take the midpoint of the waist, connect it with a straight line from that waist to the top and down to the hip area. Then I'll take a dart of 0.25 on both sides, which is going to be four parts. That is two sides here, which is giving me 0.5, and 2 sides for the other side of the back, which will become 1 inch. So we have successfully taken out 2 inches from our waistline to snatch it. Okay, so now that I've done this, I'm indicating this area that will be taken off, and then we're going to get our hem design. So for the back, it does not have a back design, so I'm just going to come out by 2.5 from the waistline. And then for this center back, you can come down by maybe 3.5, 4 inches, but the center back is obviously going to be longer than the side, and you're going to be connecting them together like this. Okay, just come down by how long you want it to be. After marking that, I'm going to now come towards the side and redraw the dart legs, because one side is obviously longer. After marking it, I'm going to connect it well and use my ruler to connect it to the side. So I decided to check the second dart, the tiny one, but I noticed that the difference is very small, so I did not bother to reconnect the dart legs there. Now I'm going to come to the chest line. I'm going to mark 0.75 below from the center back, and I'm going to connect that 0.75 to the armhole area where the chest line is. As you can see, this is just to bring it down a little from the side. Now I'm going to be marking 2 inches from that new line down to the new hem line, and I'm connecting it with a straight line. This is where my lacing will be. If you don't want the lacing to be very open or the back opening to be much, you can reduce it to 1.5 or 1 inch. I'm going to indicate where the lacings holes are going to be fixed. Okay, so after doing that, I'll just go ahead and cut it out. At this point, if you find the tutorial very helpful, please do not hesitate to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, and subscribe to our channel. Also share this video if you like it, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave it in the comment section. Thank you guys for the support and love you've been showing so far. Okay, at this point you can now go ahead and label it center back, side back 1, side back 2, and that is what your back piece is going to look like. And then this is your front piece as well. We have come to the end of this particular tutorial. If you find the tutorial very helpful, please subscribe to our channel. That's one way to motivate us to keep posting new tutorials. Thank you for your love and support all this while. We really appreciate it. See you guys in my next one.